Today we will talk with an amazing artist who creates vibrant floral artworks, and all her canvases are covered with beautiful floral motifs, and it brings a lot of joy. And you can even see, just looking at her canvas, that you feel this joy and happiness through her art. And the name of this artist is Lucy Sterre. She's a Dutch artist, and I am very happy to introduce you to her art and to know more about her experience, how she started to create all these floral, beautiful paintings. A lot of them are really big ones, and also there's some decoration of the walls and many more, and on also on the ceramics and other things. And what we will talk about today is how to make this transition from this self-learning to selling your original artworks, which is very important to any artist, I think. And another interesting topic is how to stepping out from behind the canvas, because Lucy is really very bright person, bright artist, and if you follow her on Instagram, I'm sure you're amazed by her personality too, and this will be also very interesting to talk about. If you want to get all the highlights of this live interview, you can subscribe to the newsletters, and then you will receive on the main tips and ideas in your inbox. The link is in the bio or in the description of this video. And I am ready to invite Lucy. Yeah, I see that. And please feel free to write any comments or questions you might have to Lucy or me about our
Hey.
Hi, hi. Wow, it's so beautiful that you're all in flowers.
Well, thank you so much and for the sweet introduction. It was really lovely words. I don't see you. Is that correct?
You don't see
No.
me. Oh, I didn't know. Can anybody please write in the comments if you can see both of us? No, because I can see you.
Yeah, the top part of the screen is black. I don't know how to adjust that.
I can try to reconnect the video. Does it work now?
No, I don't see you,
No?
but I can hear you. It's okay. If the other
Sorry.
people can see you, then that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah, right. I hope if anyone can write in
Oh,
the
yeah.
comments if they can see it, it would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to see you both.
Nice
So I
to
see
see you
the comment.
too.
So I think that if they see us, then sorry that you can see me,
It's
but I don't
okay.
know how to fix. Okay,
I just picture
let's.
you there.
Okay. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself? And
Yeah, I'm Lucky and I'm a Dutch artist. I started painting when I was really young, and really dove into it when I was about 19 and depressed and had a lot of feelings that I didn't find the words for. So I started creating and painting in little sketchbook to express myself. And when my second kid was born, I was living in a different city and I was suffering pelvic floor problems. So I found Instagram to connect with the outside world. And in the beginning, it was just my motherhood experiences, but then I also found solace in painting again and started to share my process. And reactions were really positive and gave me the energy to proceed with my creative journey.
so, does it mean that you started to share on Instagram as a person, just your personal life as mother, and then you made this switch to?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the beginning
What?
it was a bit of both, but eventually it grew more in my creative process and less as a motherhood page.
I love very much how natural and vivid you are as a person on your Instagram. So I see not only your beautiful, energizing art, but also you. And is it just something that you had always? I mean, that you're an extrovert, or you just feel comfortable in front of the camera, or
I don't know. Yeah, I'm an extroverted person, but I always get a little bit nervous when I'm in front of the camera. I don't know why. But I do love to connect with people, and I also did a lot of hospitality work where I really enjoyed the connection with people. And when I was living in this different city at home with two kids, I really missed that. So that's why I started sharing my day to day and getting to interact with people. But talking to the camera is always nerve-wracking. I don't I don't know if I will ever get used to it.
Mhm. Yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
And how did you started to draw these beautiful floral paintings? What was this for you, the starting point when you realized that you really want to do this, or it just was for fun, just a play for you?
Well, I started out with more abstract work, and it was more about having fun and playing and discovering. And um, I always have painted some kind of abstract florals, but at one point it just clicked, and I really got connected to the florals. They represent, for me, growing from a place of darkness, just like I did. So other people may see very happy, colorful florals, but for me, there is a story behind it, and that beautiful things can grow from a dark place.
Uh, Can you share a little bit with us a little bit more about this dark place? What it is, or what it was maybe for you?
Yeah, when I was younger in my teenage years, I was really depressed, and um, when I found out that I was depressed, my stepdad, he killed himself. So there were lot of feelings that I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
find the words for, and that really kick kickstarted my creative process. And that always kept with me, and I always want to attract bright, positive energy to myself because I know I can feel these dark periods in time. So when I don't feel them, I want to collect positive, bright moments, and that's why I paint and create to make the world a little bit brighter.
Mm, thank you so much for sharing so
Yeah.
open that you're open in this. And actually, I can relate to this. I didn't have I didn't start it in the side dark from the side dark place, but anyway, when I started to draw my patterns, I was in maternity leave, and I really kind of lost myself in
Yeah.
that, and I wanted to find some energy, and I started to draw floral patterns at the point when I feel drained and that I don't have anything for myself. So
Hmm.
I started to find to search for my artistic style or something that I just want to draw something, and
Yeah.
uh, and I also choose these warm colors, bright colors, because they kind of gave me the energy and still give when I feel that I'm a bit maybe stressed or anxious or they're just tired. Just at the moment when I start to let myself create without thinking, using vibrant colors, I literally feel like it's a fuel for me
Yeah.
with this energy and
I,
joy.
I can relate to that. Yes, I feel that too. I
Mm.
can really get sucked into the painting and start it with a heavy heart. And when I'm done with the session, um, feel re-energized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is interesting how have these paintings and the initial reason why you did it, how it turned into uh, art business in selling original art.
Yeah.
It,
It's really amazing how things developed, and it hasn't always been easy. It's still not easy from time to time, but I'm really thankful that I can pursue my passion and my dream and get share it with the world.
how have that started for you? You were creating canvas by canvas, and then what happened? How you started
Oh
selling
well,
it?
I started actually in art journals and only kept it for myself. And my dad initially shared it with someone who did an art study. So he pushed me to share it with her, and she gave me the confidence to um, start working on canvases and on bigger pieces. It really took me a while. I have a lot of smaller works, and eventually I'm not sure if my mom or my dad, but when I was at maternity leave, they came with a big IKEA poster and said, well, let's go mad on this second-hand canvas and just explore. And that really gave me the boost I needed to start working on bigger canvases. And now I actually enjoy it more than working on smaller pieces. And when
Mhm.
I started sharing my process on Instagram, a lot of reactions were positive first with the people in my surroundings, my family and friends of family and friends. And when I made my first sale to someone I didn't know, it really gave me a kick, and I really felt deep inside, well, this is something I want to pursue and something I am bound to pursue. Yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your first clients found you on Instagram and asked for an original
Yeah.
art. Were you surprised? Was it nervous or were you excited?
Super excited. Yeah, I was surprised and super excited, and really gave me the recognition I needed at that point for to think, well, maybe this can be a business and not just for myself, but something I can share and make a living of.
And it was the first time, and the next, so it just unfolds
Well,
organically. I mean, how?
it it goes from sometimes I've sales going back, but now also in periods it takes a little bit longer, and that's also okay. I know that it's a lot of money to buy art, original art, and some people have to save up for it or really get to think about it. And especially in summer, we go on holiday, or there are a lot of different expenses, kids going back to school, needing all sort of things. So summer is always a slow period of time for me. And then I do a lot of temp jobs, or not a lot of temp jobs. I do temp jobs when I need to. And that's also fun. I love to work with people and broaden my horizon. And now that school's back, now the kids are back in school, I get to focus more on my painting and my creative business. So yeah, I really like that. It's dynamic, and I would love to be solely selling my art, but at this period, it's not my business is not at the point, and that's okay as well. I'm just enjoying the ride.
And what is on the point now for you?
On the point,
Yeah, you
what do
said
you
that.
mean?
Yes, you said that selling is not on the point for you, but what is about? at the moment?
Oh, yeah. Well, at the moment, it's for me important to create and to share my process, and I would love to sell more
Mm.
paintings, but it fluctuates, and we will have to see how it goes in the following months. And
Okay.
I always know that if you stay true to yourself and keep believing in it, it will be all right. So it just
Mhm.
it fluctuates.
Yeah, I also saw that you draw on ceramics on vases and on the walls, and I also saw there are some clothes like bikinis with your prints. Can you tell us a little bit more about that directions?
Yeah, it's just I really like to reuse recycled materials, like the painting my parents brought in the beginning. So when I see a beautiful secondhand vase and it's a little bit dull, I decide to paint it. And that's also with ceramics. I don't have a lot of them at the moment around me, but yeah, it's just the materials I have on hand and not wanting to buy everything new.
Mhm. So it just, am I right? Is it just like experiments? So you don't have a plan, okay, I will make the products with this and that. You just have this um, passion for creating art and you like recycling, so you
Yeah,
combine
yeah, that's exactly
this.
it. Yeah. And if I
That's
see a
wonderful.
blank wall in our living room or in our home, I painted the hallway. And my husband is more of a minimalist, so he said, "Okay, let's stick to the hallway, or you can paint on this, or you can paint on that, but let's not turn the whole home into a floral paradise." Well, maybe
Mhm.
I'll do that one day.
I see the question about what's the name of the artist Lucy Terry. You can find the link to Lucy's account at the top of the screen
Yeah.
and follow her. So also about your artworks, another question is um, about actually about more about your Instagram. So do you have any content planned, or where do you find this idea? So, or maybe you have a plenty of ideas and inspiration, because I see that you create very inspiring, sorry, very inspiring videos, reels, and it's interesting how it works for you, because I know many artists who love to create art, but it's super scary for them to show up there. And sometimes if they show up, they're pretty shy, and you can see, okay, maybe they can film how they um, paint, but only from the side, and you are just standing there and smiling and communicating with the camera. Maybe you have any tips, or you said that at the beginning it was harder. Can you share your experience? What helped you? What did
Uh,
help you?
yeah, it's really simple, but just doing it and keep practicing it, and over time it will become more natural. And when I just started out, I wanted to take a picture. I think I shot 100 pictures, and I like two. Well, then I just deleted the other ones and used the only two. But now I know a little bit better on how I can move around before the camera. I'm still a little bit awkward. I'm not a model. I often ask my friends to give me tips on how I should put my hands and be less awkward. But I also found that I just should embrace my awkwardness and that it's okay. Just keep your, yeah, if you're being your authentic self, that's the best. And just do it, make mistakes, and see what you can do better, or look at accounts that you find inspiring yourself and see how they compose their videos or move their bodies.
So the main tips would be to try to practice, to just turn on the camera and do something.
Yeah.
Then to stay natural. I mean, not try to be someone else, just be yourself.
No. Yeah.
Embrace your
Yeah.
personality, and to experiment, to try different things also.
Yeah, and
Right?
also not be too hard on yourself. I know when I look in the camera or I look at pictures, when you see someone else, you only see their energy and you don't have anything to say. But when you look at yourself, there's always a little bit of criticism, and I've learned to shut it off and try to look at myself as I was a different person or if I was a friend. So be a cheerleader instead of a bully.
Yeah, it's so interesting
Yeah.
that when you share the insights, your feelings about feeling not so comfortable actually about the in front of the camera, and when I'm comparing to what I perceive, how I perceive your videos, it's not the same, because when I scroll your reels, I see that you're really confident, very smiley person who is just shine with joy through these artworks and videos. And it's interesting that even how actually when we look at other artists on Instagram, we might seem that it's easy for them because they're naturally so so confident, but it doesn't mean that it is because they might feel the same
No,
shy
exactly.
or
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah.
You can't see someone's inner world in a picture or a video unless you share it and talk about it. Yeah. And we proceed only to see the positive in other people. At least I do. And you get to learn more about the person if they share their stories.
Yes, and about also another question that I know that many artists they might don't have their formal education, and am I right that you're a self-taught artist?
Yes,
Right?
that's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure that now you really should be very confident anyway, but maybe at the beginning, did you have any thoughts that, oh, I have to take to learn something, or right from the very beginning, did you know that, okay, I don't need any formal art education if I want to create?
Well, like I said earlier, I had this person who was in art school who was really a cheerleader for me in the beginning. And I shared with her that I might want to do a creative studies. And she said, no, don't do that, because your own vision and your explorations, that's so much more valuable than what you will learn in those studies, because they will bring you into their narrative and how to use different kind of techniques, and it will take away a bit of your spontaneous
Spontaneous.
yes, yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
Maybe.
And I am often critical at my work and thinking, is this good enough, or I can do better? But it's also good you keep pushing yourself, and that's for me the fun in using different kind of materials. I just get to play and experience, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and I just keep pushing myself until it does work out.
Um, so do you agree that for artists who maybe at the beginning of their creative journey, that they shouldn't be too anxious about having or not having this form of education, that it's not the point of being an
Well, I
artist.
think everyone should do what
Mm-hmm.
fuels them. So if you're someone fueled by knowledge and learning in an academic way, yeah, go for it. But I'm someone who learns by doing and making mistakes. So this suited me, but I don't think you need an education. But if you feel fueled by learning that way, you should do
Yeah,
what
yeah,
makes you
yeah, of
happy.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course, that's also great.
yeah.
Um, if we go to art materials topic, what are your favorite art materials or tools? Maybe you can share some tips or life hacks how you love to use acrylics or other paints, or maybe some tools,
Um,
something from your experience.
yeah, just play. It's really simple, but it's so stupid. I love to use different kind of materials. This painting behind me, it's with acrylic, soft pastel, spray paint. Let me see. Markers, pencils, and I just
Just everything.
yeah, just everything what I have on hand. It's always a mess in my studio. You don't see that behind me, but in front of me it's a mess, and I get to play around with different kind of materials, and I really love that as a process because when I think of what I want a painting to look like, I always get disappointed. So I've learned to not think about end stage, but just let the materials guide me and see where the painting is going. So it doesn't feel static, and I get surprised every time I finish a painting.
So you don't have any rules on using art materials. You just play with everything,
Yeah,
listening to.
yeah, and mostly I paint with acrylics, but I I finished paintings with acrylics, but in the early stages I like to use inks and even wall paints and spray paint and
Mm-hmm.
to get a little bit of interest in the background, so the floral paintings won't get so static.
Mm-hmm. Do you finish it with some extra layer?
Yeah, I always
To...
finish my paintings with a layer of varnish to protect them from the elements
Mm-hmm.
and I feel that the varnish really makes the work pop and come to life.
Mm-hmm. So, do you use more? I forgot all these names in English, like of glaze or
Yeah, glossy or
glossy.
gloss
Mm-hmm.
medium, um, and I use it from Amsterdam acrylics mostly. I have to look if I have it around here. No, I don't have it around here. I usually do it in the other room because I have more windows there and it dries better.
Maybe, maybe if you don't mind, and you can walk us through your creative process, if we connect more with the emotional state. Do you have any routine? Is it a meditative process? Do you prefer to create alone? Do you maybe turn on the music or listen to your feelings? Because I see that you put a lot of emotions there, and if it's possible to share this process with us, it would be interesting to know.
Yeah, well, like I said, when I started painting, I don't have set agenda for where I want to go, but I often just go create. And sometimes I have music in my ears like this, or um, I also like to listen to series in the background, like The Office or other series that's just easy on the ear, the conversation, and I already seen it, so it's just a little bit of white noise in my ears, and I just let the painting guide me where it's gonna go, and I often lose track of time because I get really sucked into it, and um, I put a lot of my emotions and feelings into it, and when I'm finished, I often find it hard to find the words to accompany a painting because I've put all of my feelings and um, yeah, being into the painting, so there are no words left. So it often takes me a long time to find the words. Like this painting, it's done, but I haven't listed it yet because I can't find the words to
Mm-hmm.
describe it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it will come to me when it comes to me, but it's just I have to give it time.
How much time does it take you usually to make such a big painting like
This
behind you?
this one, it took me almost a year, I think, and I was working on it on and off. So it's with bigger pieces like this, I often get lost and see like, oh, I don't know what direction I want this to go in, and scared to screw it up. So I will leave it for a bit, and when the inspiration comes to me, I just start again.
Mm-hmm. Does it mean that you usually do not do their sketches or
Sketches, no,
no? Yeah.
no. I
Mm,
just yeah, just start to create and yeah, let the painting guide me. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
it's really stupid to say because it's not
No,
helpful, or
no,
yeah,
no. I think it's very helpful
okay,
because we might think that okay, there's the rules how to create. You first have to make a sketch, decide on the color palette, then to make marks, and then make it just
yeah,
lines
I
and color. Yeah, but
no, I have nothing
it,
set up. I just look at the painting and feel what's yeah needs to be done and where it has to go, yeah, go next, and which colors I use. I don't have a set color
Yeah, I think it's
palette.
important to talk about this too because the approaches they can be different and all of them are good. All of them are working for different artists. And actually, I can say that I use both of these approaches because sometimes often I make a sketch, I plan it how to then I make the scale bigger and so on. But often in when it's more emotional artwork and it's totally different, the process is totally different. Usually I even don't plan that I will draw paint now. I just have
Yeah,
time just
yeah,
randomly, or I have time now. But the most important, I have a desire, this desire to create
yeah,
something. I feel like that I need it. I need to create something, and I don't have any plan, and I don't know even any prepared art materials. I just grab the paper or the canvas and start with something that I feel like I want to use now, and
yeah.
it's totally kind of delving into this process without thinking much.
Yeah, and
And
it's really relatable. Like you're a vessel, and it just has to get out. I have to create. I cannot not create. And
mhm.
yeah,
and
it's really relatable.
yeah, and this good that both approaches they work, and you're really great, successful artist. And I think it's
Thank
important
you.
for maybe someone who's on the starting out and don't know how to start and think that okay, I always have to start with plan. But no, you can try this if you feel like you want
Yeah,
to
just
do
like
this.
Kate says here, permission to play, and exactly, it's take the permission to play and discover and see what works to you. And I think that makes creating so much fun. I'm not much of a planner. I maybe I should be more, but I really like this form of creation.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There is a question in the comments. How do you make your artwork last for decades?
Um, use good materials like a primer, and you have lots of low quality paints with less pigments. They will, yeah, they will decay more easily. But if you use materials that are, yeah, like I have here, I have the standard series. I usually paint with them in my sketchbooks or on smaller paintings, but on bigger pieces, I always like to use the expert, because they put a lot of thought of it into it, how you can that it will last, the pigments and the paint, and also protect it with a varnish.
Is it also Amsterdam, this expert? Can you show it one more time,
Yeah,
please? Is it, it's Amsterdam
yeah,
also, yeah?
Amsterdam
And
acrylics.
and sorry, you said that there is more pigment or less
More,
pigment in this
yeah,
more
more
pigment
pigment.
is.
Yes, and in my workshops, people often say, yeah, about paints in the dollar store. But I don't get the same results. Well, that's because those paints, they're good if you're starting out and playing, but there are really few pigments in those paints. That's why they made them so cheap. So you won't get the same results if you get good pigment quality paints.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can agree to that.
yeah.
My last question is, what advice would you give to someone who is just starting out in their artistic journey? Or maybe what would you say to yourself what would you like to know when you were at the beginning of your own artistic journey?
Yeah, have fun and be your biggest cheerleader. Keep believing in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And go play and explore.
That's so wonderful. Thank you so much. It was very nice to talk with you. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm sure that it can be very inspiring to others.
Thank you
And
so much
thank
for
you
inviting me.
and thank you for coming, and thank you for spreading this, for showing your love and joy through your art, because I really value it a lot, because when looking at your artworks, I feel this joy, and I really think that it's important to share these feelings with the world through art. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed being here and talking to you. And yeah, thank you for your wonderful words and inspiration as always. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Have a nice
Have a
day.
lovely day.
Bye bye.
Bye.